Is everyone here now? As we've reached service time now, if you brought your cell phone with you, you may wish to turn it off or put it on vibrate at this time. Aaron Lee Smith, 60 of Charleston, passed away on Friday, November the 6th, after a long struggle with cancer. He was preceded in death by his mother, Marie Smith, and father, Bob Smith, both of Charleston. Cousin Earl Blackie Cobb of Tazewell, Virginia, and son Aaron Lee Smith II. Left to cherish his memory are his beloved children, Amber and Andy March, Logan and Sidney Smith, and Sarah and Trenton Samuel, his precious grandchildren, Chayton and Laney March, his brother Isaac and Michelle Smith, cousins who were more like siblings, Mike and Nita Campbell, Sandy, Bill Kiger, David Keith Campbell, 2 nieces, and many other family members who loved him. Aaron was a proud member of the CWA during his 30-plus years of working for AT&T, Verizon, and Frontier. He loved life and lived it to the fullest before cancer took over. He enjoyed hunting, playing pool, and watching sports. He was a member of the local BCA, VNEA, and KVPPA leagues for many years. He was a lifelong fan of WVU football and basketball, the Minnesota Vikings, Cincinnati Reds, and Los Angeles Lakers. The most important to Aaron was time spent with his family and his close friends. If you were a friend of his, you knew loyalty and love. Many of his friends were like family, and all will sorely miss him. The family will always appreciate your prayers, and you can send comforting messages to www.barlowbonsall.com if you haven't already.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever, everything will stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Hey. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Hey, hey. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, and I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you you're not, cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, toast to the ones that we lost on the way, cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your memories bring back your memories bring back your memories bring back your
Hey everybody. So, I'm Logan Aaron Smith, and Aaron Lee Smith was my dad. I didn't write down anything to say, I just kind of wanted to come up and talk to you guys for a few minutes. We appreciate everybody that's here, appreciate everybody that came through here today, everybody who wishes they could have been here today, but couldn't. Not that there's ever a good time for something like this to happen, but it's been rough in the middle of a pandemic. People wanted to see us, we wanted to see them, but we understand it's tough. Also wanted to say thanks to everybody that's reached out over the past week and few days. It's been good to hear from everybody. Thinking about, how do you get up here and eulogize a man and summarize his whole life for everybody? Well, you can't. I certainly can't. My dad was 31 when I was born. He had a whole life before I came around. And for another reason, he was my dad. That's who he was to me. But to everybody else here, he was someone else. To everybody else watching, to everybody else that knew him, he was somebody else. If 1,000 different people knew him, there were 1,000 different Aaron Smiths that everybody knew. He's somebody different to everybody. So I can't come up here and summarize my dad's whole life for you right now. I can only tell you who he was for me and who Aaron Lee Smith was for me, the Aaron that I knew. Sorry. I was mentioning how nice it's been to hear from everybody, and along those lines, it's been nice to hear who my dad was to everybody else. It's been nice to hear the stories and the memories and see the old pictures. For everybody that's reached out, the dozens and dozens of people, to me and Amber and Sarah, there's been a lot of constants about things that people say about our dad. They'll tell you that he was a loyal friend, and that how much fun he was to be around, how much of a fun guy he was. And it's nice to hear that. That's also part of the Aaron that I knew. My dad was a fun guy to be around. He was, growing up from sports, from my sports, teaching me how to throw a football and shoot a basketball and catch a baseball, and to watching sports, to going out, watching the Vikings, going to Mountaineer games. Those are fun times. Going hunting. A lot of people here have been hunting with us. Those are good times. That was... Sorry. And as I got older, we started doing more things together. Shooting pool became a fun thing that we did together. Going out to the bar became, if I was finally old enough to do that with him, as most of you all here or watching have probably done a time or two. Sorry. So that's mainly what I want to say here today, is talk about the good times that we all had. Dad said all along, if you talk to him in the past 8 or 9 months, that he didn't want to be pitied. He would tell you that a dozen times, that he wanted everybody to remember the good times. And I think we all had a lot of good ones with him. But, he was a person, a man like the rest of us. He had faults. Nobody's perfect. And I don't want to dwell on his imperfections. That's not why we're here today. But I did want to talk a little bit about one other common trait that a lot of people knew my dad for. He was a very stubborn man. He was a man that was very set in his ways and was not likely to change them because you told him to or asked him to or anything else. And that can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. But there was one key way, which it was for us, for me and my sisters and close family. In one way, it was very much not a good thing for us. Not everyone knows this, but whenever Dad got his stage 4 scan, his scans that told him, about how much time he had left back in February and March, that wasn't the first our dad knew of his cancer. Dad was 55 when he first found out he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He was, I think, 57 before he told us about it. And he did not want any treatment. He said it was a decision he had made decades ago when he was a younger man. And that stubbornness was, I believe, one of the reasons that had him hold on to that thought and that belief. Even though at the time he was told that surgery would have better than a 70% chance to make him cancer-free, he was stubborn. He wasn't interested. When we found out, my sisters pleaded, cried with him. I yelled, screamed at him. But he was stubborn, and he didn't want to. And we let it go after that. It's his life after all, and he gets to decide how he lives it. People have told me that, and I understand it. But those words did not make the last 8 or 9 months any easier. The knowledge that we maybe didn't have to be here the past year or here today, tell you what, that made it pretty damn hard to have to be there and go through it. I know it was hard on me, I know it was hard on my sisters, and it would have been hard any time. But just to know that it could have been different, it might have been the same, we might have been there a couple years later, but the thought that it could have been different and we never got to find out, it hurt. It hurts. And I'm not here to focus on my dad's imperfections like we all have, but I wanted to say that to tell anybody that's here, anybody that's watching or will watch this, if you ever are unfortunate enough to get such terrible news, please think of your family and your friends. And just know that even if it doesn't cure you, the fight and the trying to make it better helps them. And I hope that you hear this and you take it to heart, and everybody decides to go see their doctors, get checked on, not scanned, and then listen to your doctors when they tell you things afterwards. Because like I said, it would never have been easy, but I think my emotional state and everything, I think it would have been easier. And that's pretty much all I had to say. And again, thanks everybody who's here. And just like I said, I wanted to tell you some about my dad. And I hope that the next time I see anybody who's watching, I hope you take the time to tell me a little more about my dad, the good and the bad, because that is a nice thing right now, is to hear from everybody and look at pictures, talk about memories. I think that's all for me, so thanks everybody, I love you guys.
I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes in curiosity. Dust in the wind, all they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind, all we are is dust in the wind. Oh,
everybody. I'm Sarah. I'm the youngest of three, and I want to thank everyone for being here. Like my brother mentioned, and for anyone tuning in, thank you for watching. For everyone who's came by, thank you very much. We really appreciate everyone sending their messages, condolences. It just feels like this is all a dream, a bad nightmare that I don't want to experience, That we knew it was coming because of how much worse he's been getting since his prognosis. The choice of not getting the help he needed was and still is devastating. But it's not a dream, and it's reality, and honestly one of the worst experiences I've ever went through. Watching him going through his cancer without any kind of treatment to fight it, changing physically and mentally right in front of our eyes is very traumatizing. I know I don't want to bring the positives and bad things about my dad, but I just want to state my truth for my dad. Because to be honest, he and I did not have the greatest relationship when I was a child growing up. There were many fights. My brother and I couldn't really act like kids near him. There were times that, my dad would come pick me up from my mother's house and I didn't want to go. And I was quite scared of him. And that was our normal until Mama Marie died 10 years ago. It was like all was snapped and forgiven and our relationship took a huge turn. And he turned into an amazing father. When I dropped out of college, he let me stay at his house and rent it utility free. He helped me get my first car. He helped me push myself forward over stressful times, which he can relate because of the many stories I hear him talking about working at Frontier. He was our biggest, loudest, and coach-like fan when we were playing sports. He helped with so many things. The words cannot express how thankful I am to have a supportive dad like him. The only regret I have is that I will never be able to go to a live Vikings game with my dad, like how my siblings have done with them in the past. The best moment for me with my dad was that he was able to walk me down the aisle for my wedding last year, giving me up to my husband Trenton, whom he loved dearly, would not stop bragging about how thankful and happy he is for me to have a great husband. There will be many things that I miss about him. His love for us, his grandkids, his family, his friends, and most importantly, his Miller Lite. Him embarrassing me every time there were cousins, Bill and Sandy would stop by. He would do his weird dance that says, "I'm dead sexy." That kind of plays in my head a lot. Him playing with my cats, as Zul does, and his little buddy Beery that he loved dearly. Listening to Rock 105 on car rides. And most of all, I will miss him hollering about the Vikings very, very loudly. He still lives within myself, my siblings, and his grandkids. I will always be his baby girl, his pumpkin head, his Sarah Betta. I love you, Daddy.
Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, but I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best young. Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home. Freedom, oh freedom, well that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't you feel it get cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the night time from the day. And losing all your highs and lows, ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences, open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. Somebody love you. Better let somebody love you. For it's too late.
Well, as most of you know, my name's Amber. I'm the oldest. And thank you all for coming and being here. And thank you for those that are joining us live. And like my brother and sister said, we really appreciate, everybody reaching out to us and sharing all your memories of our dad. And it's been really nice. I have a few notes here of things I wanted to say. These last 8 months have definitely been the hardest months of my life. All the while knowing we would end up here one day, it didn't make it any easier. They say where there is deep grief, there is great love. And I did love this. He was one of my favorite people on this earth. He worked very hard to provide for us, always. Anything we needed, we knew we could count on Dad. Just this past spring, we had a hill slip behind our house and scared to death, didn't know what we were going to do, how we were going to pay for it, how we were going to keep our house from being pushed over the hill. And Dad didn't flinch. He said, whatever it takes, we'll do it. He used the very last bit of his money to help us with that, and he never batted an eye, never thought twice about it, and that's just what he did. He always made sure he could take care of us, and he did a wonderful job. He was the most wonderful papa to Chayton and Laney. He would come spend weekends at our house to be with them. Chayton shot his first deer this year with Papa's crossbow, and I think it was one of Dad's proudest moments. Probably more proud than me or Logan ever shooting a deer he was of Chayton shooting it with his crossbow. He was a good man, as many of you have reminisced on. He was an excellent friend. He taught us how important friendship was, and I think that continued down to us. Me and Logan and Sarah, we all value our friendships, and I think we learned a lot of that from him. He had so many circles of friends. He had his childhood friends that he grew up with. He had his hunting friends, his four-wheeling friends, his pool friends, his sports and fantasy football friends, his co-workers. I mean, everywhere he went, he made friends, and he made lasting friendships. Because of his friendships, we grew up with many extended family members who were like uncles and cousins to us. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't perfect. As my brother and sister said, he was stubborn as could be. I mean, you could probably ask any 4 of his ex-wives, and they'll tell you. He was hard-headed, and he was quick-tempered, but his big heart made up for every bit of that. Dad loved to laugh and be around the people that he loved the most. He got a kick out of telling his corny jokes that I think we all always rolled our eyes about. And he'd like to tell you, I'm so funny, just ask me, I'll tell you. If you were his friend, you knew he loved you. And I think we were all really lucky to experience his love. I did want to say a few quick thank yous to everybody who has been so helpful to us these past 8 months. I want to thank you for those who talked to him daily. Because when he was trapped inside of that house and couldn't go anywhere, that was rough. And I think you guys helped him through that. Sandy and Bill, I know he called you guys, talked to y'all several times a day. Brian, 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls. Jason, taking over his fantasy league and talking sports with him all day. Mike, his cousin Mike lives overseas, would talk to him because Dad'd get up for his 3 o'clock in the morning pill. Well, it's daytime over there, so then he'd talk to Mike every day. Big thanks to our Aunt Debbie, who always made sure that we were okay and checked on us and brought us food and always made Dad's favorite eclair cake. He'd call me up and say, will you see if Aunt Debbie will make me another cake? And she'd jump right on it. And she was so wonderful. Rooster and Deanna, they brought food by and helped out, and they always checked on Dad. Brian and Ted came and visited all the time, and Dad appreciated that so much. He was just made him feel normal and hanging out with his buddies again. Over the summer, Logan built a deck for Dad to be able to get outside and be able to enjoy it, and he had a lot of help from Cody and Jay and Isaac and Chuck, and thank you all for pitching in and helping with that. Thank our Uncle Isaac for coming by and lending all of his handiwork. When anything Dad wanted done, Isaac was there to do it. And a huge thank you to Nikki and Josh for the Charleston Tennis Club for allowing us to go there afterwards and have this celebration of life for Dad. It was just so amazing of you guys to reach out to us and help us with that. It just took a lot of stress off of us. And on a personal note, I just wanted to thank those who have gone above and beyond for me personally these last months to help me out. My friends Krista and Lindsay, my mom, my husband, everybody stepped up and helped with the kids and just made it easier for me to be there to take care of Dad, and I just really appreciate all of you. And last but not least, I want to thank my brother and sister for helping me take care of Dad these last months. I couldn't have done it without you. And I love you both so much. I know Dad was very proud of us and very proud of his grandkids. And he loved us all very much. And I think that he's left a good legacy behind with us. And we will carry on his memories forever. So thank you all.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been working my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you again.
So now we want to open it up to anybody else who'd like to come up and say a few words if you want, and then come on up.
Papa was a very great man, and I liked whenever he come and stayed the weekends with us. He was a very nice papa, and I hope everyone out there loved him as much as I did.
Does anybody else? yeah, if you guys just want to stand where you're at and say a couple words, and Rick.
I hate getting emotional, but Aaron was my friend for life. Me and him and Randy done all kinds of stuff together. I've been with him for years. I'm gonna miss it. Well, she hadn't been as stubborn as he is. And I'm gonna do it now, so I know where he's at.
Thanks. Thank you. Isaac.
Like I said, my brother was a great man. He loved his family very much. He loved his grandkids without doubt more than anything in the world. I love him a lot. I run a lot of different services he did. I try to do what the other babies do. As Logan said, he had a great big heart for people. I remember he just always wanted to help. There's anything you can do for you, keep doing. I remember when we was kids. I played ball, and I'd be out there, I pitched, and I'd be out there throwing the missile well past some moms. And he had plenty of other things he could do. What he'd do, he'd go grab his glove and say, come on, he'd go out there and catch for me. And that, he was 85 years old. But he did. I love him. And always will.
Aaron treated me like family from the first day I met him, which was way before Logan and I were together. And he played a big role in raising the best man that I know. And I'm really grateful to have known him. And I love him.
Well, right now I can say they're crying in baseball. He did not want a penny, but we all love him so much. Our hearts are just broke. He's been a part of my life my whole life. There are a few years in there that we didn't speak, couldn't get together, maybe when the kids were younger and stuff, a lot going on, but he loved his family, he loved his friends. And anybody that knows him knows he can put his shirt on his back if he thought you knew it worse than me. I already miss him. He's been a few days. But he loved you guys. He loved his kids. He loved his grandkids. He would have done anything for you, anytime, and you know that. But we're all gonna miss him, and I'm just glad to see people I haven't seen for a long time, and just glad to know that these guys have got a good support system up here getting through this.
I'd like to finish what I was saying, I got so emotional getting. What Logan was saying, he had a great big heart. Even when he was a kid, the point I was getting at, he had that big heart. He always just wanted to help you. And he grew up into a man that was the same way. Would do anything for you. And that's what I'm going to do.
If everybody who's wanted to say something has, again, thanks everybody for coming out. Here shortly, we're going to head up to the Charleston Tennis Club, where we're going to have some food and some drinks, much needed, and do what he would have wanted. We'll go have ourselves a good time for the rest of the night and talk about him. And look forward to seeing you guys up there. And if you can't make it, I understand. It's tough times. We all understand. Do what you feel you need to do. Be safe. But those of you who can come, we're looking forward to it. Thanks.